Yo, what's good, guys? This is, underscore, rocker kid, owner of the Empty Club. You know what's good. We've been doing it. I'm back. Just to let you guys know. So, from now on, I'm gonna try to do more, I guess, sit downs, talks, People need to hear what they gotta hear. And sometimes it really bothers people. Sometimes it bothers me, but sometimes I gotta listen. Sometimes we gotta listen. People gotta listen. So, without further ado, here we go. Today's video is mainly gonna be about, nothing other than, mental health. I've been trying, bro. I've been trying to keep myself together, you know, like, like strictly, cause ain't nobody else is gonna do it. Nobody's gonna do it for you. And I hope people know that. Going forward in the world, you gotta know that there's really nothing that you can't do by yourself. You know, Now unless you feel that you don't want to do it, it's a different reason. It's a different problem. If you yourself does not, if you as a person don't want to have that, I guess, drive to accomplish things or just to change or have a better day, then you're not. You know, no matter who you have in your life, no matter who you find or whatever, right? You're never gonna have somebody come up to you and grab you and make you do these things that's gonna change your life. Nobody's ever gonna do that. Nobody's gonna hold your two hands and do the things for you, wash your face, just little stuff. Nobody's gonna do that unless it's your parents. But still, if you're watching this video, you're probably not younger than the age of 20. So you know what I mean? It's highly doubtful that somebody that's 20 to 21 years old is gonna have their parents continue to baby them. No, no way. So it's just what it is. So all I can say is that I find it for myself easy that when I want something, right? Clear keywords. When I want something, I decide, okay, from now on, this is how it's gonna be. Okay, that's how I do it. I say to myself, this is how it's gonna be, and this is what needs to happen. The hard part is actually finding what you want. You know, and by that I mean, okay, sure, you can say you want something to happen, but nothing's gonna happen unless you want it to happen. It's the first part. First steps is in your within yourself that that's what you want. Okay, so you tell yourself, okay, I want this. You convince yourself that you need it. You convince yourself that that's how it's gonna happen, and you're the only person that can do it. If that's the case, anytime, any chance you get that you're straying off or you're scared or you decide you can't do it, your body's not gonna let you no more. Your body's gonna be the last thing, the last straw, the last frontier between you, your brain, and your whatever soul, mind saying, I don't think I can do it. It's not gonna let you. You're physically not gonna feel able to. And that's a good thing. But that's what I'm saying. First step is to know that you want something to happen. Want something. So then from there, right? You go and you decide, okay, what are the steps? What are these steps I need to get to where I want to go? Whether that's a new job, whether that's a new pair of shoes, whether that's you want to get a girlfriend, whether that's you want to look good, so you want to lose weight, you want to lose the stomach you have, you want to lose pant sizes, whatever. You think to yourself, okay, these are the steps. So you plan, right? You think about it. You look around. You're like, okay, nobody else is doing this. Nobody else is paying attention to me. It's gonna be like that. That's always how it's gonna be. You're gonna think, okay, I'm the only person doing this. course you are. Of course you are. Because only you understand what you want. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Nobody's gonna say, okay, I know exactly what this person wants. Unless you're selling something to them. Unless you're physically giving a service that you know. And they point, they're like, I want this. Like, then they say what they want. But other than that, nobody truly knows what anybody else wants. Okay? So, that's the hard part. Going around every day, doing the steps. And then you start to see, like I said, that nobody sees it. Nobody understands. It's almost like you're participating in a competition that nobody knows about. You know, you're training for it. You're like preparing yourself. You're eating healthy. Like, it's all these things that you just do to get ready. And, you know, it sucks. In reality, it sucks. It's a lot of work. And sometimes people don't care. Your loved ones don't care, you know? And you think to yourself, well, why do I do it? Why do I do this? Who am I doing this for? Is it worth it? You know, a lot of people ask themselves, is this worth it? And that's a stupid question. Legitimately, it's a stupid question. Why would you ask yourself if something you want is worth it? You know what I mean? Like, sure, you can ask, right? Go ahead. Nobody's gonna stop you. Ask around. Explain your situation. Explain the obstacle you have that you want to overcome to other people, to anybody. Go ahead. And you're gonna notice that nobody understands. You're gonna notice that nobody wants to see the way you see it. Now you have these steps, right? Like the ones I told you. You explain these steps. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Step 1, step 2, bow, ready, right. This is the final goal, and you explain to them. They're not gonna get it. They're gonna say, you're stupid. They're gonna say that's not possible. They're gonna say all these things. And you wanna know why? Once you start to go around, right, looking and asking whoever you want, because you don't get it, right? Because you don't get it. You go and you ask and you explain and all these things. And you're doing this, right? Day in, day out. And you think to yourself, well, why, right? You always ask why. So, like I said, I lost my point, my train of thought. You're going and you're asking, right? And the reason why, right, everybody's not going to get it is because those specific people that you ask, that you feel are close enough to you to even just mention these, like, I guess, important details, they are not supposed to be in your life. You know what I mean? These people are not supposed to be close to you in any shape or form. They're not supposed to know what you're doing. They're not supposed to be near you. None of that. These people have always been around, sure. These people have always done what's best, sure. Right, sure. But what you don't understand is what they say is what affects you. What they say, what they recommend. What they recommend is what throws you off. Every time you went to that person, you ended up somewhere you weren't supposed to be. Every time you went there, trying to explain your situation, it got worse. Now, you can ask yourself, well, why is it like this, you know? Why is it always the same? Why can't I change? No. Don't ask yourself, why can't you change? Ask yourself, what's not letting you change? So back to my point. If you decide and you think, okay, you're done asking people, right? You're going to continue hitting these steps. You're going to continue doing what's best for you, right? Because you want to accomplish whatever it is, your goal. Or you want to overcome that obstacle. You start to realize the loneliness, right? You start to realize, okay, I really don't talk to nobody. I really don't interact with nobody. Okay, right? So, you think to yourself, well, what's the point of doing this? Don't ask yourself that. Don't ask what's the point. You already know the point, stupid. Yeah, I'm calling you stupid because you already know. So, start to feel the loneliness, right? Alone. And so, that's when everything starts to hit you. Everything. Everything in your whole life, every decision you've made, every thought you've ever had, everything. And you start to think, well, why, all these whys. And you start to assume that it was your fault. You start to assume that you went wrong somewhere, right? And that, you know what that is? That's you questioning fate. Why should you question something that's already done? What's weird is that every day is already made. Every day was already written down somewhere. Every day was written down, planned a certain way. Regardless of what you can do, whatever you want to do in your day, whatever happens was meant to happen. It was gonna happen regardless. So the fact that you think that you can change what's gonna happen, it doesn't make sense, right? So here's what it is. After all these understandings, right, you find yourself in almost like a pool. You feel like you're just floating. Now there's no direction. There's no specific area you were supposed to be in. You're not drowning. You're not uncomfortable. You're not scared. You're just floating, right? And this is what it is. You either decide, clearly there's something that's affecting me, right? And then you start to accept, okay, there's an issue. There's a physical force that has been ruining me, ruining my life, ruining whatever I want, right? So you decide that. You decide, okay, this is something that's not ideal, right? It's not ideal. Right. Oh, excuse me. So you decide that. So once you understand that that's the case, you start to think, okay, so if the world is so predestined, the world is so how it is, then why can't you figure out what's your purpose? What's the point? And I always get there, I'm like, well, what's the point? What's the point, What's the point to anything if I could just stay still and exist, right? You say, okay, after everything, right? You get to that point where you're like, if I was just to sit here and exist, just breathe, then I'm winning. You're surviving, you're existing, and you're happy, right? Supposedly. Why do you need a job? Why do you need anything, right? Why do you need goals? Why do you need any of that shit, right? You ask yourself, legitimately. So from there you just think, okay, maybe there is something. Maybe there is a point to all this, right? Maybe. Now, you're never gonna understand it. You never will. You never will. You wanna know why? You wanna know why? It's because it is a simple thing. You don't get nothing without the source. Get my point? You can't have nothing without the source. What's the source? What's the source, right? People are always asking me, well, how do you do it? How do you understand it? How come I'm not there yet? How come I can't do it how you're doing it? You wanna know why? You really wanna know why I understand it? Because I know that there's a God above me. It's the only reason. And people be like, oh, fuck you, bringing up this bullshit, right? It's always say bullshit, right? They're gonna say that. The only reason I get it is because one day I was like, okay, that's it. That's it. I'm not gonna change it. I'm not gonna put it anywhere else. That's it. And I accepted that. From there, I was like, okay, there's obviously one way to live. There's obviously only one way to do everything, right? Because if everything's already gonna happen, how it's gonna happen, there's only one way to do it, the most efficient way, the way that's the easiest, quickest, and it brings you the most joy, right? So then I asked myself, okay, clearly there's a person I'm supposed to follow. Clearly there's a person or a way, a path, almost like a destiny, right? Like a journey. It's called the walk of life. Okay. And not everybody's made for it. Not anybody's just gonna be able to just pick it up like nothing. No. You had to understand that a long time ago, a guy came down, right, named Jesus Christ, and he was like, this is it. That's how he said it. This is it. This is the way that this is gonna happen, and this is the way to live, right? He did it. He did that. He did exactly what he said. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. No questions asked. Sure, he didn't want to do it. There was days he doubted that it was possible. Clearly there was times where he said this is not possible. There were days that he said this is something that I don't know if I can do. There was a lot of times that was said. Now that didn't scare nobody. That didn't scare the destiny. Nothing. So when that came, those times, those rough moments that nobody understood what was supposed to be of the world, he stepped in. He said, okay, this is what it is. So my point, where I'm going with this, is that if you want to understand how to live the right way, then that's that. It's obviously follow that. Follow the Christ, right? Follow the way he lived. Treat people like that. Treat the life like that. Treat the world like that, right? Okay, good. Got it. Now, the part where this gets complicated is when you decide that you want that's what you want. Anybody can say, oh sure, I'd love to have the power of the world. Anybody can have the power. Anybody can have that power to do whatever they want. Have that power to control anybody. To have all the money in the world, all the riches, all the fruits, all the women, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Anybody can have that stuff. But how do you get there? There's two ways. There's two ways to get there, ladies and gentlemen. Either you decide, fuck everybody, fuck everything, and you go and you just take it from everybody that's ever worked for it, everybody that's ever believed in what they're supposed to do, and you just take it from them. And along the way, yeah, it's gonna hurt. That's wrong, though. That's the bad way. What you're supposed to do is what I've just been talking about. Take these steps. It's a simple way. It's less painful, and it's way more wholesome. I can tell you that. It's way more wholesome of a life than just taking it from other people. Okay, so the hard part is, right? When you get to that point, like I was just talking about, when you get to decide, you start to have like these daily, and it's like a couple of times in your day, maybe a lot more than just a couple. It's where like you have like these moments, brief moments, where you decide, okay, am I supposed to do this? And a lot of time you're gonna find the easy answer, the most obvious, clear answer. Like it's pretty obvious. Like even a stupid person could figure it out. No offense to anybody, but the answer is just obvious. So that's that. Now, the hard part is that it happens multiple times in a brief second. It's like you just have like these bursts of like questionnaires. Like it's like almost like you can't understand it, but it's clear. Like the answer is clear. It's right there. Right. So continue. So you do your decision and you act. You act right there in the spot. Like life is alive. Like you're alive, so you act. Right? So while you're acting, you're like, oh my gosh. And whatever it is that in those brief moments that was predetermined, that you saw was the answer, that you saw what you were supposed to do, and you do it, right after you see the result. And you see how easy, you see how enjoying, and you see how it led to exactly what you wanted. Right? So, that's where it's kind of hard. Because for some people, that moment takes a long time. For some people, that moment's like rapid. For me, I know myself, it's like, it's less than a thought. Like when somebody sits there and thinks about it, it's less than that. Less time than that. It's in my head and gone already. And I get to decide right there or not. And that's because I've taken what I had, that place, that level of steps, and I trashed it. And I just started walking back. I started walking right down those steps to where I was not supposed to be. And that's on me, but the reason why it's like when I had these options presented to me, I like for me now at this point in my life, it's shown there, right? For a brief moment. And if I don't have the heart to decide, it's gone. The opportunity is no longer available, right? So that's what I'm saying. That's for me specifically. Me specifically. It's not for everybody. The thing I'm trying to explain here is that for a lot of these people that are new to this whatever I'm talking about, this journey, you're gonna have it way easier than I did. Okay? And that's because I'm putting you on to that. Where you can avoid that casualty of like yourself. And I don't mean death, but no, I mean like how much it bothered you. How much it got to you, right? So what I'm getting at here is that you can do it, right? People can accomplish this. This is not something that's impossible. This is not something that's unworldly. This is not something that's viewed as weird. It's not. The only thing is that throughout time, people have explained it wrong. Well, not really, but I can't say that. That's fucked up. The problem is that there hasn't been a time in a long time where somebody of this generation understood it. By this generation, I mean my generation, clearly. So, yeah, somebody of this like manner, right, like mine, hasn't explained it in a way that people of my, I guess, my type, my crowd, which is, what, I don't fucking know, like dumbass motherfuckers, like fucking stupid kids. Like, I'm 21, but I'm stupid and I'm a kid still. Like, I mean, sure, I can be responsible and I can like fuck your bitch at the same time, like go do my taxes and like figure out anything in the world. But my point here is, right, is that there's obviously something more out there to your stupid little charades that you put, right, or that you have, clearly, right? So what I'm trying to explain here is that if you'd like that, if you'd like to have that type of interaction, have that type of, I guess, relief, you're gonna have relief in life, because it's almost like, God bless all those people that already have lost their parents. It's almost like having a parent again, like a solid, really on top of things parent, like the ones that care. I remember you as a kid, like, and you used to have like that one friend that had good parents, and you'd be like, oh, yo, your parents are cool. Like, you didn't say their parents were cool because like they gave you ice cream and shit. You said their parents were cool because they cared. You saw how they cared about everybody. They cared that if you got home, they asked you how you're doing, like shit like that. Whatever you needed, they would help you out, right? That is what you wanted, right? The thing is, you can get that if you do these steps, stupid. Like, I'm trying to put you guys on. For real. So, you can have that. You can easily have that. If you just put these steps to work, guys, okay? And, like, it's like, yeah, maybe like a year from now, maybe a couple months from now, I won't do a video like this ever again. I really won't. I've never had the courage to do a video like this. I mean, yeah, I've had a lot of talks, I had a lot of discussions, whatever. But I have not. I have not have. I have. Oh my gosh. I haven't had a conversation like this in a long time. Okay. And I really hope that people soon can understand that this road is going to change, but not in the way you think. It's going to remain constant in its demise, but you will never see the end of it. You'll never see the end of this world. Although people always hint at that, they always hint that there will be an end. Nope. The end is you no longer being in it. When you decide that you want to be bad, when you decide that you want to listen, that you're this world, that you're better than everybody, that you can do whatever you want, right? When you decide that, you're going to see that you're not there no more. That's what's going to happen. And you want to know why? Because you gave access to the devil. You gave access to your soul. So then he takes it. You're no longer there, and in place, it's that whatever entity that he decides. And he's like, you're gone, you're out, and that thing is in. So that's what I mean when I say that some people may not be a part of this world no more. And that's because they no longer have a chance. That's because they were taken away. And that's what's going to happen more often than you think. And a lot of people are going to say, well, what's wrong with this person in my life? Because you have that friend or that loved one. You're like, what's wrong with them? Why aren't they there no more? Why can't they hear me? Why can't they think? Why can't they get it together, you know? And you're asking yourself this. You're kind of blaming yourself. You're like, only if I, like, whatever. If I tried harder for them. No, fuck that. You don't get it. Nobody's stupid. Nobody is dumb. At the same time, nobody is, like, unconscious. Everybody's fully conscious, no matter your situation. So the decisions you take is what's gonna happen. That's gonna be the point, you know? That's gonna be the finisher. That's what will happen. So, what I'm getting to here, guys, is that before this happens to you, right, just think about it. Decide what kind of life you want. Decide where you want to be, and decide why. Because if you don't, somebody will, and it's not God, it's the other ones. You get what I mean? So, yeah. So I just want to put that out there for you guys. Like I said, I don't think I'll do another video like this. If I do, I don't think I'm gonna post it. It's be for personal use. But it's okay, you know. I don't have to do everything for everybody. One day I will, when I have the resources. Not the power, but the resources. Because fuck the power. Fuck the point of having power. What's that shit gonna do for me? Nothing. Okay, so, like I said, there will be a day when I can help everybody. And I don't care what it takes. I don't care how tired I am or not. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do it. Because I can. The only reason I do stuff is because I can do it. Right? So, when that time comes, you will see me help. You will see me there, right front and center. Ready. Right? And it's not going to be when you expect it. It's not going to be when you even remember me. Because I don't expect you to. I don't give a fuck if you care who I am. I don't care if you hate me, because I don't hate you. I don't hate a single person in this world. And I don't care how bad it looks, how bad this world is. I don't hate nobody. I don't care what people do to me. I would never hate somebody. Why? Because when I was young, my mom said to me, do not hate. So I was like, okay, I took that to heart. She said, don't fight, don't hate. I love fighting. I genuinely love fighting. Like with all of my soul, I love to fight. But she said, don't fight. Okay, so I don't fight. I love to box. I wish I could box more. I love, rolling like jujitsu. I love, like, anything combat sports. I like grappling a lot. I like rock climbing. Anyways, we do deep, but that's my point, guys. Just figure out what you need, figure out how you can get there, and figure out who's gonna help you. If they can. If they can't, don't even bother with them, guys. Don't even bother. My hope to you guys this year is that you find what you're looking for and you figure out who's gonna be there for that and who's not. Because this year, you're gonna see that a lot of these people shouldn't be in your life. You're gonna see that a lot of these people should never have been in your life. And that's okay. It's always okay. It's always okay to notice the problem before it consumes you and changes you for the worst. So, on that note, as always, this has been the Empty Club. I'm Parker Kid. Name's Angel, but that's what I go by. As always, it's been cool, bro. It's been what's up. I'm always on this shit. I'm always like putting people on whatever. I got fucking swag for days. I got motion. I got everything you want. Like I got fucking anything. But we're gonna stay with it. We're gonna keep going forward. I'm gonna say fuck the drugs, bro. Fuck two drugs. Not fuck drugs, but fuck two drugs. Cause that shit is what's killing me. So I gotta stop. I've been stopped, but still I gotta continue like with that yield. But anyways, enough of the sentimental shit. Peace out. Shit.